We can't all wait to be out of lockdown, and we're looking forward to springtime, and it's 2021 trends we're looking at today, and it's going to be lots of fun. We want to let loose, we want to see colors, and I can't wait to give you lots of inspiration. Let's look at some of the trends that are out now. I think it's a great time to do it because we're just coming out of the winter time and we're moving on to spring, and we're kind of just at that stage now where we're trying to think, what purchases do we make for spring? So let's take a look at, my name is Adanze, this is Madeitstylish.adanze. We're looking at spring 2021 trends, and gosh, there's so much color out there at the moment, and it's just so great to see color because, you know, we've all been in lockdown and we just want to get out and express ourselves. So let's look at some of these trends. I mean, one of the first ones that I definitely, and quite a few people know about, is faux leather, of course. Faux leather, we all have lots of faux leather in our wardrobe, and this is a fashion trend from 2020 and it's moved into 2021 and it's come with color. So I think we're probably going to see lots of faux leather with a different type of color now. We're going to have pastels, we're going to have blues, we're going to have light pinks, and it's nice to be able to match some of the colors, some of the shirts, some of the tops, the knits that are all these bright colors with a faux leather piece, because faux leather is great to wear. A good example is what I'm wearing now. I've got this beautiful top here, and this was £12, and this was from Denim's Principles. And I love this detail with the pearls, which I also think is coming back at the moment. Trousers, and these are from Reserved, and these are great for matching with pastel colors. So the combo of what I'm wearing, guys, which is just so fresh, is just £20, and there's loads of items like this at the moment that you can pick out on, and this particular combo goes really great with brown, it goes great with dark brown, it goes great with sort of a lighter tan brown, and it's really quite easy to wear. You can also have them in pinks. I've also got a great purchase not too long ago of just a really bright pink bubblegum coat, which was actually faux leather, but it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, and I've kind of worked that with sort of light beige clothing, and I think light pinks also work quite well with beiges, and gives a really fresh look. So be on the lookout for faux leather, guys. There's lots of examples around, and I've given you some idea of how you can wear these colors. Another trend still from 2020 and into 2021 are vests. I mean, everybody's wearing vests. They go great with white shirt. I purchased, I think, 1 or 2 vest looks last year, and I think what's happened this year is with the pastel colors coming in, you're going to see them. I think last year they were in white and black and browns and sort of very earthy tones, very neutral colors, and this time for 2021 what we're going to see is lots of colors. We're going to see pinks, we're going to see yellows and blues, and again it's just simply to kind of match with what else that's going on, because the pastel colors are definitely in for 2021. They're great essentially for me. I love to wear vests with just a plain white shirt, a long white shirt, or a short white shirt. I think that's such a great item to have, and also because it's a nice way to kind of wear a summer outfit and then bring it back to spring by putting a vest on, and I think it's great. I've got some examples to show you of some great vests. This one from H&M, which is £12.99, is a great item for purchase. Again, it's just one of the neutral colors, but there's loads on loads of examples. Another great trend from 2020, which is still in 2021, are, of course, guys, the shoulder pads, and we all love them. I love them, and I find them, perhaps because I'm tall, relatively easy to wear, I would say. The only thing I have a problem with in terms of shoulder pads is that sometimes when I have them under a coat, I struggle to kind of wear it with coats. I think it's here to stay, guys, and we see them on the runway. We've seen them in stores, and they haven't really gone away, and this is such a fantastic trend because it gives such a great structured look to anyone's silhouette. And I think that perhaps if you're a little bit shorter, perhaps it might not be such a great trend for you. I bought this great jacket weekday last year, and I absolutely love this jacket, and these beautiful sleeves, you know, that kind of structure and that silhouette is just so beautiful. What we're going to see in 2021 is a lot more of tops, not actual jackets. I think we saw quite a few in 2020 where there were many jackets, but now we're going to see them on all sorts of clothing, and yeah, this is a great one. Another trend, this is trend number 4, is from 2020, and basically this is loungewear. I mean, we've seen so much loungewear from last year. We've seen sort of ribbed sweatshirts, ribbed tops, bralettes, and different items, basically all for indoors and potentially for outdoors, but not always. Some of these loungewear items are great indoors, but they're not necessarily working outdoors. So we've moved on into 2021. We've tried to find a way where we can wear some of that loungewear outside. And what's happening is now we're now looking at sort of elevated loungewear, and we want loungewear that's kind of casual, but also, you know, it's got a slight formality and a slight structure to it. I showed a couple of days ago a sweatshirt which had a little bit of corsetry around the waist, and again, this is kind of loungewear, but again, it's slightly elevated. And I've also purchased this item which I'm going to show you now. I mean, one item that has become very popular this year are kind of ribbed cords. So loungewear is not going away, guys. We're going to see lots of it. We're going to see it in all its variations, and we're going to see a lot of things happening with loungewear. For example, sweatshirts are now being cut away, and we're making sweatshirts like into arm warmers. We have sweatshirts that have cutouts. So we're going to see a lot happening with the usual loungewear that we see, and this is a great trend to buy into, and I think it's a good way to buy loungewear that you can actually wear out, and that is also fashionable and trendy, and there's loads of examples of these around like right now. Guys, the 5th trend that I think was from 2020 and is now coming into 2021, of course, puffy sleeves. Puffy sleeves on everything, and boy do we love them. We love puffy sleeves. I love them. There's some people that don't, but you know, generally I love this trend, and I have quite a few items that are puffy sleeved. I will show you 1 or 2 items that I've purchased in the past because it gives such a great silhouette. It's very flattering, and generally it is more of a spring trend than it is of a winter trend, because you can't wear puffy sleeves in big winter coats, and I don't think they work. Yes, they look nice, but you can't just have a puffy sleeved, really big puffy sleeved, put on a winter coat and look comfortable or even look quite right. I really do genuinely think that this is a 2021 trend proper. They've always been around. They were here last year, but we're definitely going to see a lot in summer. But I think they're a little bit more muted this year, and I think perhaps not the big sleeves that we're seeing, but perhaps a little bit of detail in the sleeves. I've got this really great top which I'd love to show you. Look at the sleeves on this. They're not that exaggerated, but they still have a puff on them, and it's such a beautiful piece. And again, this is a beautiful spring item to buy right now. Guys, you remember the cutouts from last year? They're in, and they're here with a vengeance. We've got them. See cutouts on the waist. We're seeing cutouts on trousers with slit hems. We're seeing cutouts really everywhere. We've even got sort of patchwork quilting, you know, different forms of cutout. They were there last year, and they're coming back this year. We've got cutouts everywhere, and boy do we love them, and they're on everything these days. Even knitwear also have kind of holy effect. I think cutouts have become a symmetry too. So we're seeing lots of tops now where there's a little bit of cutout on one side and not on the other, and it's such a great trend because it's really flattering. It gives, you know, some kind of character to the clothing and some detail rather than just a plain shirt. You've got something cut out somewhere. And I've got a great example here, which is this item that I've picked up recently from Zara, which is this beautiful knit dress. And as you can see, there's a bit more it's a bit got a few more holes here in the middle than it does on the sides, and it's just a variation of the different patterns that really kind of catch the eye. So in 2021, cutouts have come into destruct mode. We're now seeing clothes with bits cut out, we're seeing asymmetry. It's the same kind of trend, but it's kind of got its own different style, and what we're seeing is like rips, tears. The color blocking is kind of different fabrics. You have a sweatshirt and you have a shirt material kind of all put together. You have sort of a quilted or patchwork effect, and it's kind of, for me, it's like for 2021, what was a cutout in 2020 has become a kind of destruct mode. I think that's probably the word I would use for it. And that's 2021, and it's a bit like what's going on in our lives, you know. It's kind of been ripped and shredded and replaced and patched up back together. Can I say it's true? Okay, so we're into 2021 proper, and the most newest spring trend right now are just the colors we're seeing. We're seeing yellows, we're seeing oranges, we're seeing pinks, really light pastels, really bright, beautiful colors. And I, for one, have not been left behind on this trend. This top I got from H&M, and it's very affordable. This is just, I think it was $7.99. I will link this down below. And it's basically a lovely ribbed top, beautiful yellow. And I think this will be very useful for pairing with dresses, for pairing with simple sort of strapless tops. And I just think this simple item alone in your wardrobe brings color, brings spring. And I think that, you know, just as a simple piece to add in your wardrobe to bring color, you're already in trend just by having this piece. And a yellow sweater would also do the same thing. And so this is one way of kind of buying into a trend if you love yellow. Another way to kind of bring some of these pastels into this beautiful bag from Coach. And as you can see, I got this little tassel from COS, and I put this together, and I've never actually taken it off because they go so well together. It's quite amazing. But little accessories, you know, little accents, maybe a little pink, a yellow scarf or a pink scarf or a yellow belt it's a great way to kind of pull up an outfit. And this is just a way to kind of revive and bring out spring. These shoes from H&M were, I think, $24.99. I got mine in a size 8, and this is such a great color, so useful in terms of being able to pair pinks and pastel colors, particularly now with there being so many pastels for spring. This is a great addition to your wardrobe because it means it helps you to wear pink. I think if you had a pink top, if you had a pink sweater, you know, if you had a pink dress, some of these colors that can be a little bit difficult to match up with, just putting on this pink trainers, which, you know, sneakers if you like, kind of allows you to kind of wear that pink quite easily, I think. And then you can even just pull out almost any color bag because you kind of all in monochrome, and then you can have another color that's matching and add that to the outfit. Okay, BERSHKA have these beautiful shoes which are plastic, and they had them for $22.99, and they have them in different colors. They have them in purple, they have them in this orange, and I think they have them in yellow as well. I will link that down below. And I recently purchased this because basically I have a bag that goes with it, and also it's a good way for me to wear orange. They're very casual shoes, but because of the heel, it kind of gives it, like I say, a little bit of elevated casual, which again is a good thing. And they're great for taking if you want to go swimming too, and I think they're very versatile shoes. So I have this bag which I don't quite use as often on a daily basis because I use it more as a holiday bag, and I particularly use it when I go swimming. And with these shoes, these really help to match them up and allows me to, you know, a little bit of versatility with orange as well. And I think this is one of the things that you need to kind of, with the spring coming on, I think purchases of kind of orange shoes, pink shoes, a little, maybe a pink bag will also help to bring that bit of spring into your wardrobe as well. But this is definitely a 2021 trend, and yes, there is some in 2020, but my goodness, we have seen denim in all its forms. We've seen denim jackets with rips, we've seen denim for dresses, we've seen denim in ways that we don't usually see it, and I think that's really what the trend is in 2021. We're going to see denim in so many different ways. I myself have sort of denim jumpsuit which has a cutout at the back as well, and I think that this is such a great way to wear denim that's not the usual denim jeans or denim top. And I really do believe that this trend is again something that is loved to be worn, because everybody loves to wear denim because it's easy to wear, it's very accessible. So with that in mind, I've kind of purchased myself this beautiful trouser from I think this is one of the major things that a lot of people are looking at now for spring purchases. Is basically a nice pair of denim trousers that have rips, let's just put it that way. So these are actually flared as well, and this is a straight fit pair of jeans. I got mine in a size 44. These are ripped, and I will link this down below, and essentially they're also flared at the bottom, and this really does bring you in trend, I believe. I think that this is one of the few items for spring that most people don't have in their wardrobes. I certainly don't have any flared denim trousers, and I think this is one of probably the first purchases that quite a few people will make this springtime to bring their wardrobe into spring. It's basically a flared pair of denim trousers. Moving on from that, now I would say that we have for 2021, which is flared trousers, is definitely something that we're going to see quite a lot of. We're going to see it on denim, and we're going to see it on normal trousers as well. We're going to see quite a few flared trousers. Of course, it's another way of being casual, isn't it? It's kind of, we want to move away a little bit from structure, but we still want to have form and shape. So basically we're looking for a kind of cinched in way, flared hems at the bottom. And we are seeing so much tie-dye. We're seeing tie-dye on casual wear, we're seeing tie-dye on joggers, on tops, on blouses, on even leather we're seeing tie-dye, and even on denim. And I myself personally, I just love tie-dye. I can wear tie-dye all day. And I think that for 2021, we're going to see tie-dye in ways that we don't necessarily, or we haven't seen them before. We're seeing ombre versions of tie-dye from Hollister, and Hollister generally do a lot of ombre. It's not really tie-dye per se, but it is kind of a version of tie-dye, and these are really great kind of casual clothing that has been kind of, you know, given a little bit of oomph, I think, and I love this kind of tie-dye on clothing. I would personally wear tie-dye, not all over. I don't think that it works too well for the eye, and it can be a little bit overwhelming. I like to wear tie-dye that is a bit more thoughtful in the way that it comes on the clothing. It must be maybe tie-dye in one corner, or tie-dye. It has a bit of thought, not just splashes and splashes of color. That's how I personally prefer to wear tie-dye, and how I really feel it really does look beautiful to me. So I've bought this top here, very simple to illustrate my point, and this is basically just Tommy Hilfiger top. This was £22, and I absolutely love this color to start with. The kind of the way the tie-dye is kind of like in lines, and I just love this, and I've kind of matched it up with one thing that I will say that I think tie-dye really matches well with is ripped jeans. You know, this and a pair of ripped jeans, I mean, you're going. I love the effect of tie-dye with ripped jeans, and I think they work really well together. And even better is if you can sort of have it a little bit more. I mean, this is slightly elevated because it's got the Tommy logo on there, I think, because it just gives it a bit more of an elevated look rather than just a plain tie-dye blouse. And I think that's how I like to see tie-dye. I like just that sort of, you know, you could have a flash of detail of tie-dye, or tie-dye on leather, I think is also quite beautiful. So yeah, this is a lovely trend and it's great for spring. It's lovely colors, and oh, I'm going to be certainly one who's going to be buying quite a few items. And like I say, I think one of the easiest ways to wear them is really when you have one top or one bottom that is tie-dye. Having so much tie-dye, I think, is perhaps very overwhelming for some, but beautiful, beautiful trend. Another trend that we're seeing is a lot of sheer, and quite recently as well, I think a lot of satin, but more predominantly the sheer. And the sheer has come in with tie-dye too, and it's come in with all these flashes of color and ombre, and I think there's been so much of that on the runway. I absolutely love sheer material, and again, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this, and it's a great trend. I haven't actually purchased anything that is sheer, but I do have some items from last year that I have, and I have some items that I see occasionally that I would love to show you, but generally this is a trend that I'm in for. But at the moment I have nothing to show you on this, but it's certainly something that I absolutely love. I have one item that I bought from Zara some time ago, which is a beautiful sheer top, and I have completely loved this item from the first day I've got it. So sheer is for me. Okay, the last item that I wanted to talk about obviously is the chain detail that we're seeing on just about everything that there is now. We're talking about bling and heavy chains. We're talking about bling on shoes. We're talking about bling on chains, and really quite sort of heavy chains. And I'm really in for this trend. I love it into gold. We don't see as much in silver, but this is such a great trend. And obviously another one again is the quilted stuff. So this is a trend that I think is going to feed into winter of 2021, and this is a trend going forward that's going to we're going to see different versions of this. We're going to see heavily probably embellished clothing, I suspect. And my expectation is, I'm sure there's a lot of 2021 winter coming out now on the runways, and we're seeing, you know, a lot of embellishment, and this is something that will definitely be around for some time and going forward. So that was it, guys, and I really had fun showing you all these trends, and I loved showing you the outfit that I had, that I put together, that I felt was a great way of coming into spring, into the transition from winter to spring, and a great way to wear color as well. I look forward to seeing you again. I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported me so far.